This life is gonna shake me. You said this world is gonna bring trouble on my soul. This I know, when everything falls apart, your arms hold me together. When everything falls apart, you're the only hope for this heart.
At 1 a.m. on Sunday, May 23rd, I got a phone call from a kid who grew up at Branches saying the church was on fire. In disbelief, Raymundo and I drove over and saw the church and the playground engulfed in flames. It was like something I never experienced before.
When everything falls apart and my strength is gone, I find you mighty.
I heard about the Branches sanctuary burning down. I was in shock. I mean, it seemed like it was so unreal. And then when I finally saw it, I was just so upset. I just couldn't believe it. So it was very devastating.
You keep holding on. You keep holding on.
Well, I remember on Sunday around 1 a.m. in the morning when I got the phone call that the church was on fire. And so I just lived down the street down here, and I came down to see just our church just up in flames. It was just unbelievable.
I see darkness all around me. When I see.
I first heard about the building being on fire by two of our young adults that drove out to my house because my phone was on silent. And here, the first reaction of almost all of us was just utter shock. We couldn't believe what was happening. And as the days have gone by, it just continues to be another shock after another shock when we think about the plans we've made.
I still believe your faithful arms will never let me go.
But what was amazing, even that night, in the early mornings, people came. People are a part of the community of Branches. People care. And whatever was meant for bad, God is going to use for good.
Church burning down is horrible, but I also think that God is using it for good. I mean, so many people in the community are coming in and lending in a helping hand, donating whatever they can, donating their time, and just supporting the organization because they know the impact that Branches does for the community. So it's making us as a community stronger than we were before. So God is definitely bigger than this fire and is using this fire for great things here in Florida City.
The thing I remember most about that night is looking around to my left and to my right and just seeing all the people from the neighborhood that came out to support us. Just looking around and seeing the Branches family really just come together. And it was an amazing time where we could lean on each other's shoulders during such a time of difficulty and crisis and just be able to minister to one another and to support one another.
Come to the lover you want and you want.
Well, from the moment that this happened, when we arrived here and we saw flames, everyone proclaimed that God is bigger. God is bigger than the fire.
Love is here. Love is now. Love is pouring from his hands.
Branches means a lot to me because this is the first place where I experienced my relationship with God. It means the world to me because this is the place where I became a Christian and where I found myself at.
I love Branches. God likes Branches, and I love Ronnie. Branches helps me do my homework. Branches help me learn about God.
Love is near. It satisfies. Streams of mercy flowing from.
Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more, that we no more, and our children can play one day, one day, one day, one day.
As you can see all around me is the devastation of the fire. The church building is destroyed, but that church building was more than just a place of worship. It's a place where children and youth and adults came to learn, whether it's to learn math or reading skills, or maybe even English or how to do their finances. The work that we do is not done. The building may be gone, but the spirit of who we are and what God has called us to do in this place is going to continue.
Everyone has just been incredibly giving of their time, patient of their time, because we really want to continue to do programming here. And I think they all really know that God is bigger and they want to be a part of God's story that God is creating and writing in this place. And we're all very excited to be a part of that as well. All of us see ourselves as just vessels, and because of the great amount of time we spend here, we really can't think about the next step, and so we wait for God to show us those next steps and to provide the opportunities. And so through it all, through disaster, we have seen miracles left and right, and people's hearts that have been strangely warmed to come and see us, to come and be with us, and to give and to be a part of what God is doing in this place.
It's been amazing the number of phone calls and emails and text messages and letters that we receive from people who love and care about the ministry we do here at Branches. And I just want to thank you for your support and your prayers. It has enabled our staff to continue to work and continue to be in ministry in this place, that even though there's been this incredible devastation, we haven't stopped what God has called us to do in this place. I just want to thank you for all of your love and prayer and supports.
Love is here.